Get it, girl. Get it. You need help there, John? You can do it. Yeah. We're getting suited up, boys. She's crispy out there this morning, that's for sure.
A little crispy.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that was my workout for today.
We got our long johns on. We're out here. It's definitely pretty early, but we are out here going to get it done. We have another buddy's 12 valve coming by this afternoon. We're going to be putting a fuel system in that, so we started a little earlier. Going to try and get this engine out, get that inside, maybe on the engine stand by the end of the day, depending on when Kevin comes. He actually was the one who hooked us up with the garage lights, so we kind of traded, you know, his he needs. I don't think they made these with back brace clearances. He's the one who did the lights for us, so we told him we would give him a hand knocking out his fuel system. He had actually purchased a FAS way before we kind of knew it. You see our breakfast over here. John got some nuts.
Oh, a dog nut.
But we're going to be throwing that on the 12 valve this afternoon, and we'll go over, you know, seeing that we've done air dogs plenty of times, we'll go over everything with the FAS. Definitely a little bit different as far as the way returns are routed. But we'll go over that. First, we're going to start with taking the engine out here. So if you guys have been watching the previous videos, you know that this thing is pretty much almost ready to come out. We got to disconnect the wiring by the starter and disconnect some of the other electrical stuff. But for the most part, it's just loosening the engine mounts and pulling that out. That's your wastegate. That's what the plug is for.
Yeah, but what? You use a solenoid to control the wastegate?
Yes, it's electronic.
What's wrong with boost?
John, this is the 21st century. Things are controlled by electronics. You guys didn't see this before because it was so dark, but here's just a little bit better look at old Jenny Wan here. How's she doing?
Needs a turbo.
How's she doing?
She needs a turbo.
The shakedown run was good until John started getting into it, and then we noticed that the turbo wasn't the happiest camper. So
it looks original.
It does look original.
It does look original. So
we're actually going to be taking the 351 that was... Oh, there's a truck here. Just backed into my... So the 351 that was on my first gen that we took off, we're actually going to be putting on John's truck here pretty soon. Nice little upgrade. So future plans for that, but other than that, no issues, right?
Yeah, she's sweet. Fix the power steering.
Oh, right.
Did you do all that front end work yet?
No, right. She's still a little loosey.
Still extremely loose situation.
But what? Just putting the different fluid in it was fine.
Oh yeah.
So all it needed was the proper amount of proper fluid. Yeah. All right, cool.
And yeah. I mean, she's a driver. I'm gonna drive it.
She's a driver.
I ain't scared.
All right. Cause it's got.
Oh, yo! It's like a mini box truck. Oh.
Delivery thinking he's
Beep.
getting a full circle.
Hey, bro. So what we got over here is
we got a crack.
We got a situation.
Yeah, that's it right here.
Oh, would you look at that? These gosh darn Cummins diesels. Oh, look at it just come right back out.
Andy noticed a little leak, and by golly, there's a crack.
These gosh darn Cummins diesels.
Have her up and running after Andy pumped some steel.
Oh man,
oh, boy.
They're just piles of junk, man. They're always broken down here.
I mean, it's not bad for 300,000 miles.
Nah, we should just really buy Fords. That's what we should really do.
Yeah. Good thing we got the old dirty one out of the 06 in stock.
Oh yeah,
a little cleanup job.
Oh yeah, the old rad. We'll just clean her up, paint her up.
Slam dog is gone.
Yeah, slam dog.
In stock.
In stock. Like Greg's got 3rd gen parts, like Johnny's got 2nd gen parts.
That's right. Back to work.
And 12 valve stuff. Dude, I was just thinking about it the other day. I got 5 12 valve engines sitting in my house. So, while Greg's setting that up, there's a what they call an engine picker-upper tool.
Show them our German Cummins.
Oh yeah. So while we were disassembling I saw a little connector caught my eye here. Yeah, let's see if she'll focus on it. See now that there's VDOB and Audi. It's fresh out of Germany connector. So this must be one of them German Cummins diesels.
Oh, we forgot to do the old extendo.
Yeah, we got a rod lengthening. If only it was that easy.
Alrighty guys, she is out finally. As you saw, maybe you didn't, we were actually going to take this side engine mount, but we were able to snake it out of there without screwing with that engine mount. The other one though, we did actually take the engine mount completely off the side of the engine. With the valve cover, you definitely do have, with the cowl, have some clearance issues going up far enough to get out of the cradle pockets on the frame. So there we have it complete. Now, engine harness wise, all you have to really do is disconnect the main plugs up here, all the battery stuff, but you can actually leave the majority of all of the computer engine wiring harness still on everything. You really just have to undo that. And as you can see, we got a block of wood protecting the valve cover. Looks like it hit a little bit right there. No big deal. We're getting another valve cover anyway. That one's not going to stay on there, but pretty much a complete engine. It's not a motor.
I'm so proud of you.
I have been getting way better at saying engine and motor, John.
You know what? Honestly,
you can just,
I'm over it. You say whatever makes you happy.
That's right. That's what I'm going to do anyway. Yeah. But she needs definitely a good cleaning. You can see the front main definitely showing signs of some leakage right around here, or the oil pan gasket, both of which will be getting taken care of before it goes back in. Who knows?
Everything's getting ripped apart, resealed, slam it back together.
Yeah. I'm going to take the head off, I think, as well.
There we go. That's more like it. Oh, there's a couple holes. Oh, yeah, give that starter a break. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Get it, girl. Get it. Get it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's more like it. Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, John, what are you doing?
Soaking everything.
So we've decided, sure, why not? Let's take some more stuff apart on this beautiful Saturday. That's what we're good at anyway. We're gonna
definitely not good at keeping things together.
We're gonna swap the turbo on John's truck because we do think it is the seals inside. The wheel's tight, but we think that the did we explain this already or no? I don't think we did. No. I think we think the seals are shot inside, creating some possible blow-by situation under boost. So we are going to swap the 351 on here. Probably won't be able to get the downpipe situation handled, but I do have everything as far as like the manifold, the turbo, and the charge pipe for it. So I think we're going to try and start that. We're going to start that and work on the 12-valve fuel system that is not quite here yet. So yeah, getting into all sorts of fun today.
All right, well, since it's the Johnny Send It show today, we got Cummins number 1 broken down. We got Cummins number 2 broken down. We got Cummins number 3 over here, broken down. It's just like I keep saying, we should just buy Fords. You know, we got, yeah, Andy brought up, we got another one broken down over there. They're all just junk. They're all just junk. Greg, hey, what do you say?
Junk.
Junk. Greg, what are we doing? Greg, phone. Gosh.
We're attempting to put a fast on this 12 valve.
Yep. This one's getting a fast and a sump.
Dropping the tank.
Dropping the tank. Cleaning that out. My buddy Kevin and I, we ripped the fuel filter housing off because we no longer need that. We're taking the, right there you can see the old lift pump is coming out. We don't need that. Got a nice Keating machine billet tappet cut, or billet lift pump block off plate that I had laying around. Kevin's getting. And yeah, block that off. We'll set the fuel lines up. Send them back to the fast. We'll be good to go. This old girl will be making good fuel pressure.
Let's hope so.
Woo! All right, Kevin, what do we got done to this thing? We got a power-driven diesel AFC live. We got a, ooh, zoom out a little bit. We got a BD 3-piece, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, BD 3-piece. We got Mikey G's manifold studs. We got a BD, what is it, 64? Super B special, something like that. Got a big honking. Got a big honking, pulling in nice hot air.
Got that nice crankcase breather.
Yeah, got the old Senate crankcase breather with the heater hose. We got a little bit of fuel too, right? Got a little bit of fuel. We got like 100 horse injectors, ARP studs. This is a 5-speed. We got an NV45 in this old girl. Yep.
Kevin, let me show you something here quick.
We got some sodas. You want a soda? Sodas. Yeah.
I just want to show you this, that way you can see it.
Genuine. Getting rid of the Turbski. Turbski delete.
This is your factory, so can you see up there?
Look at this, Greg A teaching. Greg A lessons over here.
See how they go from black and then go.
Andy, what are we doing over here?
Just draining my radiator as we found the crack.
Radiator? Does it radiate heat?
Whatever. Radiator. Just took
Love
the
you, buddy.
top hose off and waiting for it to drain pretty much.
Yeah, man. Look at Andy getting his hands dirty today. Shredding. Oh, second gen swap. Yeah. Andy.
Yeah.
Don't be a boner.
They love that.
Oh, that was good.
That
was good. Yeah.
Eat it up.
Yep, so we got a crack ski right in there. Hey, Andy.
Yes, sir.
What are Saturdays for?
The boys.
Boys. We got Kevbo going to work.
Yeah, do the recap, John.
We got Greg A killing it on the fuel tank. We did the old bean sump install.
Yep. So we got the fuel tank down, got the bean sump installed, hole drilled. A little bit different location on the second gen than the third gen because of the writing right here. You don't want to put it where there's anything. Oh, there's some fuel in there.
Yep, there's a little bit of fuel in there.
So getting the fuel tank cleaned up yet. Getting the tank modified, or the sending unit modified. These second gen sending units that have these metal lines here, there's not really a whole lot you can do when all these quick clips get rusted inside there. So we're basically going to redo the entire return system with the feed system. Normally you would just take off the supply, replace that whole supply, leave this factory return, but the actual old line was completely rotted going to the truck. So we took out all of the feed and return. John and Kevin are doing all of the under hood stuff, and then we're basically almost to the point where we're going to mount the fast and run everything This is basically just going to get capped off because it's not being used, and then we're going to run new 3/8 return from the sending unit all the way to the truck for a new return. So that's where we're at. Andy's over here taking apart his truck.
Moving right along. Did a lot of GREGA deleting over here.
Yeah, we got a lot of deleting going on.
We deleted the old factory lift pump because those are lame, and the factory fuel filter housing. As we went over, we got the fuel return. If I can see it, I don't know. That's all set up. There it is a little bit. Oh yeah. Run the fuel line, run the harness, set up the FAS. Look at that Keating block off plate. Yeah, get it, girl.
Definitely.
What's up, Keating?
The fuel definitely had stuff in it. I wiped down the tank on the inside. Everything seemed to be.
Oh man, now we got a good look at the crack ski. Oh yeah, look at it. It's all split right there. Wow.
Honestly,
You witnessed that? Oh yeah, you can witness that. Beet sauce. All right. Well, I'm putting in the fittings into the FAS. Andy over here. It's like a monkey in a football over here. What do we got going on over here, Andy? Oh man. Oh man. She's like a new girl. Look at that. Holy smokes, brother. Whew. Fuel tank cleaned up. They're working on the fuel supply, the sending unit. I am tossing the fittings in the old girl. We got our gauge, our engine port, return to tank, supplied it from the tank. Boom, bang. Once this is all done and the tank's all back up, Greg will lift this thing into place and bolt it up, because I can't. Because I broke my back. Still can't lift anything. Ain't that right, Greg?
Yeah, Bob.
How you doing over there?
Yeah. You want to come show them what we're doing?
Look at your hair. You look like Dragon Ball Z or something. Oh,
Alright,
shit.
so, no, I just came out here to show
Oh,
you.
I just was going in there to show them.
Alright, so, you know, FAS, nothing against FAS, but I just, some of the way an AirDog kit installs versus the way this FAS kit installs. So what they recommend you doing is running this draw straw down for your supply, right here, S supply, draw straw, and then your return. They want you to drill this, say, somewhere on your tank, just like here. Well, when, like most people nowadays are now running a sump, you have no use for this feed, the supply, but somehow you have to figure out how to return the fuel from the FAS back to either your filler neck or the sending unit. So what I had is the T-piece that they used to include to basically just cut this, and then you'd run that back into your filler neck. So the one I have doesn't actually work because it's the wrong size. So what we're doing now, the cleanest way to do it without drilling another hole in the top of your tank, which I'm not a big fan of. So what we're going to do is pop this factory piece out right here, and then...
Focus. There we go.
That's okay. And then what we're going to end up doing is, because I've had so many leftover AirDog kits, AirDog gives you this nice piece right here. We'll plop this down in, and then that way, because FAS is a high flow return system, so usually an AirDog would just go right in your factory supply. Can't do that because this is too small, because FAS needs that bigger port. So this is a completely big 1/2 inch. So I'll take this out, I'll cut this flush, I'll drill this, I'll put this down in here. This will have its own separate straw setup, kind of like so, and then that will return all of the fuel from the FAS back into the sending unit, as opposed to drilling another hole in your tank, modifying your filler neck. It's just a little bit more work dealing with all the rest of the tank or the sending unit, and then also because of that, we just have to kind of have a cap on this as opposed to, say, the AirDog kit that utilizes this for its low flow return versus fast as high flow. So just a different, you know, way of installation. And
moral of the story, Greg wants AirDog to make a 12-valve fuel system.
Well, they do, but for their, you know, bigger applications, it's just, you know, it is what it is. So, but we're working on that. But
it looks like the same straw I get in my Big Gulp. My Slurpees.
I'll give you a Slurpee.
Yeah. Come on, Greg, smile and
All
laugh.
right, so I'm going to pop this out. As soon as this is done, we clean this up a little bit better. That'll go back in the tank, and then we're going to start running fuel lines, and we'll be well on our way. It's just the way that Fast wants you to install some of this stuff, it's not as clean as the way I would normally do it, so we're taking the extra time to use some of the parts that we have here to install it perfectly clean.
Yep.
So,
yes. I got a question for you. Are you Italian? Because you really talk with your hands an awful lot.
Look at this. Oh, look at this. We can use this for the cap, seeing that we don't have to use this for this.
Okay, just blow me off. It's all right.
What?
What?
Yeah, you're stupid. What? I mean, what?
Yeah.
Love you.
Yep.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. We'll catch up with you when I'm done with this.
Yeah. I'll catch up with you when I'm done with that. All right. So now that I got the old Turbski off, the old girl, tell you what, she was a little PO'd. Oh, there it goes. The old manifold's a little rusty crusty. Them nuts were a little mad, but a little heat, a little PB blast, get her off. Heat it, soak it, heat it, soak it, let it creep in there, and then go to town. So we got that off. We got this over here. Old, new-ish. Old, new-ish.
All right, John. Where'd you leave off, John?
Well, now remember that really nice wrap job we did on this before?
That was a really nice heat wrap job. So what so we're reusing. This is actually a special flange for the HE351 because it doesn't utilize that cast 90 that they all come on. So we are going to modify that tomorrow because we're losing light. We're going to attempt to make a pretty legitimate downpipe because we do have a welder now. Pretty much done for the evening, kind of wrapping up. We got like 90% done with the fast install on here. We're gonna just wrap it up tomorrow, that way we can see all the details are done perfect. John did end up getting his Turbski on there, pretty much minus the downpipe. Oil feed, the drain's good. Boost tube is good, pretty straightforward. Did you tell him you ended up leaving your manifold on? Leaving your manifold on, we just took the housings off of the exhaust housing because as you guys know, those exhaust manifold bolts do not like to come out, and in this case, this truck being this old, they did not want to come out. So got the bolts off the housing, and tomorrow we'll get the downpipe on and attempt to make a pretty legitimate exhaust, unlike this special couple adapters, couple U-bolt clamps, 3-foot section of flex pipe, and yeah, so we're gonna make a pretty legitimate exhaust tomorrow, hopefully, and wrap up the 12-valve. So we're almost there. Andy's truck's done, new used rad install, good to go. Man, oh man, knocking stuff out today, let me tell you. All right, test hit. Contact. John's got like a quarter of his downpipe made, but must drive it. Tomorrow we're gonna finish up with the full downpipe build. Is that oil coming out of the feed right there?
That's pre-lube oil.
Oh, pre-lube.
Pre-lubed her.
Well, the turbo oil drain is now leaking. We can fix that. Was that a gasket that I had?
Yeah.
Normal one?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, how's she rip?
Dude.
She picked up quite a bit of power, right?
What? I was pretty impressed.
Yeah.
And I didn't even touch the
Without
pump.
even turning up the pump, man. Those 351s, nice little upgrade.
Yeah. That was, I mean, that turbo was also probably clapped out.
Right.
You know? But, pretty impressive.
Old Jenny Wan.
She's
Upgrades on the daily.
Yeah, we're gonna freshen her up with a little more fuel tomorrow, I'm sure. And, yeah, fix that turbo oil drain.
Yeah.
And,
Let her rip.
clean her up a little bit and let her rip to her, Chip. Wow. Holy smokes.
That's what I was wondering if you're going to come back and say it's still slower. Like, it's moving now. These lights, though. Alrighty, guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. Tons of work done today. Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. Tomorrow we're gonna wrap up a bunch of stuff, go for some passes in the first gens, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow.